have come here, I would imagine, with a history of having played bridge in a social environment for quite a few years. You're not new to bridge. You play at home. Most often you play the form of bridge we call either kitchen bridge or contract bridge or rubber bridge. And many of you are tempted to move on and improve your bridge career by taking up duplicate. You've heard things like, God, they're awful people in duplicate, they're rude, they're competitive, and they have no sense of humor. It's absolutely true. But they're also nice people, very competent players, and you can have a very enjoyable time. But you need to approach it with the right attitude. So you should ask yourself in an introspective moment lying in the bath, why am I here? What is duplicate bridge about that is different from the bridge you used to play at home? It is about competition. What is competition? And instantly you think to yourself, can I bid better than the next guy? Can I declare better? Can I defend better? And you come here thinking, Jane's going to teach me all these little things about bidding and playing. Absolutely true. But what you must not forget is to realize how the game is different in order for you to succeed in duplicate bridge. I have seen many faces here and elsewhere come to our sanctioned clubs, play a few games, and get discouraged. They go home with a below average score, and they say to us, themselves and their partners, I played bridge pretty well. Why is it so tough? One reason I would suggest to you is not because you are terrible at bidding, terrible at playing, but because you don't understand the game. You need to understand the difference between duplicate bridge and rubber bridge or contract bridge. Competition means that in duplicate bridge, the hand that you are dealt, whether it has 24 points or 0 points, are shared by the person sitting in your position all along the room. If you are south and you get 5 points, every other south has 5 points. So what is competition? Competition is when you and your partner make the most of that board, irrespective of your point count. And I will illustrate that a little bit more. So, how is competition different between rubber bridge, which is the form, let's say, we talk about in kitchen bridge. In rubber bridge, you have no one to compare against. No one else plays that board. If you are dealt 18 points and your partner has 15 points and you reach 6-no trump and it rolls, you feel a glow in your heart. You go home and you tell your spouse, that hand we had was fantastic. In duplicate bridge, everyone else has 18 points with a partner with 15 points, and everyone is in 6-no trump, and that board will be an average board. Unless you do something stupid and go down, then it will be a 0. So you're competing against, say, 8 other people in duplicate, you're competing against a 0 person except yourself at rubber bridge. So how many people do you compete against? In a typical format of bridge like here, you compete against as many other players sitting in your position as there are in that game that day. So if there are 9 tables, you compete against 8 others. You follow me? Yes. In a team game, which is the other kind of game that you play in a sanctioned club or a tournament, you compete against one other team, unless you have a round robin. Let's disregard that confusing part. If you have a team game, like a Swiss team, you have that, I think, in June. You play against another team of 4, and if you're sitting north-south, you play against one north-south pair.